A text Lindsay Hill sent to a friend before she ever even met me. Yeah. What should I steal? She asked another, in reference to visiting my house for the first time. The answer? Take his money. So how might that work? I'm going to his house Wednesday, she said. I already have my hooks in. You know how I roll. Then, after the first time we met, net worth is 51 mil, she said. Bitch, you better secure the bag, was the response. But how is she going to do that? Need daddy to choke me out, she said. Being an absolute whore to try to get in on his 51 million, read another text. Then, after the second time we met, former Padres pitcher Jacob Nix told her, you got to get this bag. I'll give you 50,000, Lindsay replied. Her AA sponsor asked her at one point, do you feel a tiny bit guilty? Not really, she replied. Since then, her legal team has approached me multiple times about coming to a financial settlement. But as I have done since day one, I refuse to pay her even a single cent. In August of 2021, Lindsay Hill's claims were heard in court. And during those legal proceedings, critical information was deliberately and unlawfully concealed from me and my legal team. Information like this video, which was taken by Lindsay Hill herself the morning after she claimed she was brutally attacked, emotionally traumatized, and desperate to get away from me. And now we have the metadata, so there can be no dispute. It was taken mere minutes before she left my house on the morning of May 16th, 2021, without my knowledge or consent, of course. In it, you can see her lying in bed next to me while I'm sleeping, smirking at the camera without a care in the world, or any marks on her face. I think it paints a pretty clear picture of what actually happened the evening of May 15th and why the video was originally concealed from us. After hearing the evidence available to her, Judge Diana Gold-Saltman found that Lindsay Hill had misled the court. She found her claims to be materially misleading. She denied her request for a domestic violence restraining order, and she found that no sexual assault or non-consensual conduct took place. The fact is, I was never arrested. I was never charged with a crime, and I won the only legal proceeding that took place without my side of the story even being heard. And most importantly, as I've said from day one, I never sexually assaulted Lindsay Hill, or anyone else for that matter. So I sued her, which prompted her to countersue me. Quite frankly, regardless of the outcome in court, I've paid significantly more in legal fees than Lindsay Hill could ever pay me in her entire life. And I knew that would be the case going in. But the lawsuit was never about the money for me. It was the only way for me to obtain critical information to clear my name. The discovery process in that lawsuit recently concluded, at which point Lindsay Hill's legal team again came to us with another proposal to resolve the case. This time, however, they weren't seeking any money from me. Having received much of the information that had been hidden from us, a small portion of which I've referenced here, I was willing to agree to the terms proposed. Both parties would drop their respective lawsuits, and neither of us would pay either side any money. I also retained my right to speak publicly about the case, something I have not been at liberty to do since June of 2021. So, as of today, both lawsuits have been settled. Now, over the last 2 years, I've been forced to defend my integrity and my reputation in a very public setting. But hopefully this is the last time I have to do so, as I'd prefer to just remain focused on doing my job, winning baseball games and entertaining fans around the world. So today, I'm happy to be moving on with my life.
There you go.
Good for him. Fuck that bitch.
That guy, right?
Exactly.
You don't want no smoke with him.
Can I say something that's been very different, an advent, something that's changed over the last 40 years, is the fact that in this case, he was suspended for 324 games of the MLB because of this.
2 years.
2 years he was suspended for something he didn't do. But how did he get away from this? Because of the video evidence. Okay, the video evidence. So my thing to you ladies is, and I know this is not the thing you want to talk about when, obviously something's going on. Any evidence you can get, film and fucking record. I tell everyone, record everything. I tell, again, this guy came up and started bucking up to me when we were at, what's it called? What was that nightclub? What's the Warwick? And this guy came bucking up and I handed her my phone and I'm like, babe, just film everything. Just film everything that is about to happen. I'm going to put this dude in the hospital, but he's got to swing first. He's got to swing first. You need to, I tell people, get those ring lights, those Nest things in your house. Film everything, because in the end what happens is it's not just the filming of it, it's that you get to call these people out, because what happens, it's a he said she said. There's one guy I know, he has a dash cam on his car and this guy hits him and then he moves his car when the cops come there so that he can make it seem like it was his fault. Well, he finally gets the dash cam footage after the guy lied. He let the guy lie. He let the guy hang himself. And when he did so, the guy did jail time for lying to the police. And that's how it should be. It really should be. So again, like I'll tell you guys in these situations, There's no solution. Men should not sexually assault women, and women should not lie about any of the things that are happening. But the answer, the closest thing we can ever come to, is film everything.
Yeah.
Film and record.
Jonathan Majors, so he's Kang in Marvel Comics, and his girlfriend accused him of hurting him, and he slept at a separate hotel, let her stay at his place, and around the time of the incident of her saying that he broke his finger or whatever, is videos of her walking to a club, her trying to drag him out of the taxi, or pull him into the cab. He had to break loose to get out of the cab, and she proceeded to go to a club, dance, and then ended up hanging out with the DJ, left with the DJ. Yeah. And he lost a bunch of films because of it.
Same thing. Courtney Taylor, she claimed that her boyfriend was beating. She murdered her boyfriend. She stabbed him in the shoulder, and then he bled out. She claimed that her boyfriend was beating her repeatedly, and then, by the way, she was gonna get away with it. And a video came out of her obsessively just beating the shit out of him in an elevator before we found out what the truth is. The opposite happened. Obviously, the Ray Rice situation, where we knew that Ray Rice had hit his woman. We didn't know Ray Rice knocked her out, bounced her head off of the elevator side. And then he was suspended, never played another game of football after that. I don't think Ray Rice should get the death sentence for this, but he shouldn't be able to play NFL football. I totally understand that. So what I'm saying before, the great equalizer is videotape. Yeah. Until it isn't, until we get into deep fake shit. But for right now, I recommend everybody film everything so that we don't have these type of situations. I have a buddy of mine right now. He has a huge mansion, and every single room in his house, he films every single thing he can, just so stuff like this doesn't happen. So I'm saying this for both, for men to protect themselves and for women to protect themselves. You try to film as much as you can. And there's a bunch of others. There's a defensive tackle who played at Baylor who apparently was accused of sexual assault, and it came out later he wasn't even at the same place. There's their punter for the Buffalo Bills apparently was accused of ganging, the whole thing. They actually found out through metadata he wasn't even the same building that it happened. He lost 3 years of his NFL career because of this stuff. And that's the thing. In the end, it takes a long time in investigation in order for people to prove that someone's guilty or innocent. And women are also being sexually assaulted, and they can't prove it either. So I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. Get that camera in your house, record everything. As soon as somebody comes up, flip your phone up, camera, hit record, because in the end, it's going to save you. You understand? You notice how a lot of times when the police are wrong, they don't release the body cam footage. All of a sudden, the body cam footage just fucking disappeared. Yeah. Right. Oh, wait a second, Epstein died. We can't find the footage around what happened to Epstein. I don't know what happened. That's so again, that's the thing, man. If you want to expose the truth or you want to protect yourself, I would request that all of you film every single thing you can, for sure.